the UFC's comfortable. Just round people up at the behest of ICE. So, do you see what the Eagles are doing? Talking about how we needed to remain in Jurassic Park. I mean, they have break battles and car shows and now they're working on our next podcast.
Right here.
That I was the first one to record Darnell. I felt like I make up a big man.
Hey, I'm not everybody in there.
We need it. I know,
Yes, indeed, we are back at it again. It's the Build and Destroy show. Wicked Meticulous, May Dolly, High Rises tending to the cooking food nutrients. But we got a great show for you guys today. We're talking off camera about books and trading cards and collecting and things going back into physical, the album vinyl resurgence. Yeah. None of that is on our topics for today. We was just chopping it up.
Yeah. Shouts to Pokemon 30-year anniversary. I was there for it. Year one, we was there. It took over. Junior high school.
That's wild that Pokemon is 30 years old.
Damn, yeah, you could say stronger than ever, too. It's one of them legacy things. It's like Super Mario or Coca-Cola. It's just one of them things now.
Yo, the Super Mario, they done went to a whole nother level.
No.
Come on. I know you seen the cross brand with Old Spice.
Yeah, dude.
They're wild.
Yeah. Galaxy Sense. And they did it with soda too. Like they got like Galaxy flavors.
What I'm saying, well, that's part of that establishing a brand that can have longevity. And sometimes I don't think that when them folks was creating certain stuff, like when they're creating Pokemon as a cartoon, but like someone had to have the foresight that we're gonna have a cartoon, but we're gonna have trading cards. Because I don't know the timeline of it all, but there definitely was a Pokemon cartoon, and there definitely was Pokemon trading cards. Which came first? Do you know?
But like the cards, but I don't know with the show because something like that, it might have popped off overseas and then came over here. So it's tough to say. But my thing initially, just as an artist, I was like, all right, there's 150 of them. So the designs are locked. Like we catch them all and then we win. And then over the years, it's like, oh, they could just flip this for eternity. Because you could create a new character and a new classification of a character. So I still pay attention to the cards just to look at the characters and to see, do they recycle the same themes? Or is it this idea where it's like it's like an endless loop? Like they can create Pokemon from now till forever. It's like a fractal. Yeah. Like there's always going to be new Pokemon and new regions and new hybrids of Pokemon, and I haven't seen the same one come out twice. Like they found a way to infinitely recycle this thing into itself.
So I got the Wikipedia on it. Not that that's the most trustworthy source, but let me see. General concept, history. Main idea was conceived by Satoshi.
Like it's literally built to snatch every generation that's born while captivating the ones that have already been there for it. Just because that catch 'em all kind of mantra that it's insinuating that this is going to be a lifelong journey for you if you collect or if you're into this.
So it looks like it definitely was a game for Nintendo or Game Boy game first. So before the cartoon and the cards. RPG for Game Boy. And let's see.
Yeah, when that hit, that's what kids was doing for lunch, was playing Game Boy.
Looks like it was called Pocket Monsters originally.
Yeah.
Which that makes sense. Pokemon. It's like they took off the T on pocket and then just put mon.
Yes,
So
sir.
Pokemon means pocket monsters.
Yes, sir.
So we learned something new on this show.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
And everybody's got a favorite. So that's the thing. Like everybody gets to be individual in that way. Like no one is better than the other. Everybody just kind of got their one that they like. And they're all like little thumbprints.
all right. So yeah, the trading card game came after. They based it somewhat off of Magic the Gathering style.
Yeah.
And
That's another thing. Like these kids don't necessarily play the game. It is a strategy game. They learn how to just flip this and make money off of it, but there's still a percentage of people that actually play the game tournament style. And it is very much like Magic, turn-based battle.
well, talking about the co-branding, when we was talking about the Mario, that's one of my topics. Well, it's not one of my topics. One of my topics is the smart glasses and their evolution and where they're going.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It kind of
Like the
goes.
Meta Oakley type.
Yep. And it just throws back to what we talked about last week and with Dr. Jaleesa Trapp. You know, them glasses is similar to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very invasive.
I just think so. There's some college students they hacked into not even the newest types of glasses, but an older model, and pretty much it could capture all the, they wrote up the code to where everyone's face that it sees, it can pull up all your information down to your address, all your social media profiles. So if we go and map that with the stationary Ring doorbell cameras, but now we got folks out here wearing cameras on our behalf, unknowingly walking around, actually giving real-time map data on people and who they are, where they're at. Like, this is definitely feeding into the whole predictive policing direction. And I don't think people look at the glasses the same as the Ring, because they're not promoting that stuff. Which Ring, they're actually promoting the Lost Dog.
Yeah. I was laughing how we do all these things to protect ourselves from people. Like, oh, I gotta lock my door, I gotta do this because I don't trust people. And then you trust this thing that the people that created it tell you not to trust fully, but you bring it in through your vacuums, like your Roombas. You get the fridge that got the camera. Like, you just have all this built-in trust for this thing. But for this other stuff, you just have this built-up guard. Like, what is that? Like, you got more trust with the non-human thing than you do around the people that look like you.
Well, it's monetary based. It's class based. The lower class don't have access to no new technologies most of the time. You know, nowadays, they've made the phones financing, you know, able to finance these expensive ass iPhones through, you know, through the carriers. But outside of that, you know, other technologies typically cost money. But now we and if it's free, then then there's a catch to it. If you're using something for free, the catch is normally they're collecting your data from using it, which is, I mean, even down to the Facebooks and the Instagrams and the TikToks like that. You're using it for free, but they make money as a business somehow. They make a lot of money. So how do they get money? They use your information and they sell advertising. But the level of information that they have on you is more than you really know and understand. Well, everyone. It's more than we really understand. And that's why if we talk about popcorn, and you'll start seeing ads for popcorn on your social media feed. Like, your phone can hear you. But yeah, as far
I'm
as
tired of not all of us knowing that. I'm tired of people at work that's like, I think my phone's listening. There's got to be a way to get the people that's like 5 years older than me to understand, like, yeah, it is the case. Like, you don't have to think.
I don't know. At this
They just
stage,
they just think it's a coincidence. But they've been thinking that for like 10 years. They're like, when you bring this up, it pops up on my phone, I think. And we're trying to let them know, like, yeah, this is the new world. Like, that is the case, yo. But they don't even think cryptocurrency is like a real form of currency. They don't
listen,
believe in
man,
that stuff.
that's cool. Like, technology, when things change, there's always people that don't believe in it. Like,
Yeah.
when the first car came out, people was like, why would you drive a car? Why would you do that instead of your horses? Or,
Hmm.
you know, when the phone came out, when electricity came out, like, why would you, you know, wire up your house with these wires instead of just using the candle and the lamps that we've always used?
I like that, but these niggas are just saying that it's not real. That's my thing. They're not even criticizing the alternative. They're just saying like the alternative don't exist.
Man,
Like
I was reading this article, and it was like talking about the technology, and I think it was talking about how they got the Iranian, you know, I don't know if it's Khomeini or Khomeini, the Ayatollah guy. And this article said that they just need 3 devices in a building or whatever, you know, like you were saying, May, like a smart vacuum and a Roomba and your phone. That could be 3. And of course, you're going to have a wireless. Of course, you're going to have a a modem. And of course, you're going to have a router. That's 2 right there. Plus your phone. That's 3. So even if you don't have a crazy vacuum or whatever, like all they need is 3 things, and they can triangulate just like they still need to be able to have a triangulation, but all they need is these three type of devices and they can sort of do an infrared 3D mapping of of people in any building without a satellite. They don't even need a satellite anymore.
Yeah, shit's moving fast. And that's a good segue. I actually had that on my list of topics to bring up the Iran situation, but not necessarily in specifics to talk about that, but more in general, the U.S. military's escalations under our current administration increasing. We just captured the dude Maduro from Venezuela. Now we're bombing Iran. All the stuff that we did, helping Israel. Like, what do you guys think as two adults, fathers with young men, about kind of our military and just military in general in 2026 when we have all this crazy technology?
I mean, I'm anti-military aggression and expansion, and
Yeah, I told him it's no place for them. I did the Boys in the Hood talk. I said there's no place for you there. Like a lot of your family did that, but it wasn't necessarily a success story in that way. Like I get why they had to get into that, but they didn't come home with the story that would inspire any of my children to do it or me. My dad's my dad was the only brother that didn't go that route, and we kind of broke that cycle as far as that. There's never been an interest.
I just been teaching you. I've been teaching them from jump that America and Israel is kind of the bullies of the world, and they're expansionists, and they're settlers, and um, I'm just so that they know that it's not there's no righteous war. There's nothing worth fighting for in terms of that front.
Yeah.
In terms of like some patriotic mumbo jumbo. So I think at this point it just is like second nature to them. That's just what they believe. But
Well, I
Yeah, a lot
asked.
of things you bring up to these kids, they look at you like you're crazy for even saying it because they already know it. It's like reminding them the alphabet, and they, at least my boys, they kind of look at me like, well, duh.
That's
that,
good.
Yeah, there's like a cool little epigenetic thing. Like they're just born with this data, and a lot of stuff don't have to really be said. It's just understood, but it's cool to bring it up just to test it, you know? It's like, you already know that? Like, how did you learn that? And they don't really have a source. It's just like, I just know.
No, I think that that's important distinction. On you brought up epigenetics, but then you both also talked about talking about this with your kids, and I was just looking it up. Like the military recruitment is doing better than they expect. Like I think 2024 was a
Yeah, it's
relatively
Call of Duty.
low year. You think that
Call of Duty is one of the biggest franchises, and we you remember that movie Toys with Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Hello, Cool J's in there. That was almost a movie about like psyops and stuff like that. Like those kids were training on arcade video games. But in the movie, they were actually killing real people. Like the metaphor was, you're not actually seeing yourself do it. This is just a fun game. But it was one of those movies that was really deeper than it was trying to be. Like it was trying to be funny and goofy. But if you have that weird, I don't know, the third eye kind of deciphering shit, you realize like, whoa, that was one of the heaviest movies ever. They just masked it with freaking Robin Williams. But what Robin Williams was up against was some deep, dark stuff. Like that movie was not a funny movie at all.
I'm gonna check that out again.
Yeah, rewatch it, and it's hard to not watch that and get these glaring these motifs just jump out, man. There's training these kids like how we did our teenagers and our preteens on this Call of Duty stuff. So if technology turns war into a video game, our kids have no problem doing that. If they don't have to run up bareface and like taking somebody out like that, if they don't gotta melee you, if they just gotta sit behind a screen and do like these placements and like I gotta hit you with a drone strike or I gotta hit you with this, they've already been practicing that for 10 plus years. They're gonna be really good at that. And that game already had a way of like tracking who was good on that game. So who's to say they didn't get offered on the side like, yo, you look like you have really good coordination skills for this. Let's pick you up.
Now that I'm looking at the rundown of that movie, I do kind of remember it. I remember, yeah, them having little toy tanks and whatnot, but they was shooting out real bullets or real bombs.
Yeah. And LL Cool J was the son of a white man in there, and he was super militarized. And I don't know if he was adopted or what, but he was like one of those black men. He just fell for the okey doke, and he was just doing whatever he got told.
Yeah,
But man, what a deep movie. We watched that on VHS back in the day all the time. The old VHS.
Yeah, I still be I be putting my VCR to use, man. I don't just have these tapes for no reason.
Yeah.
I
I like the quality of a tape, man. We got the newest like Xfinity modem and the high speed blah blah blah, but I don't like what it does to these new shows. Like the frames, I don't know, it's just too fast. I like when it was kind of slowed down and dramatized. Like the tape speed. A lot of things were ran slower than real time, but a lot of the new shows are recorded in real time. So even though it's natural because we see people move in real time, just on the TV they're zipping around and everything's real quick. Like
If you end up doing anything, you need to take this recycling out one of these days, right here.
I'm trying to look and see what movie I just watched. Oh, I watched The Enemy Mine. It was me and Etri was talking about it when he came in. Was here one day just looking at the tapes I had.
But I want you to.
Of course, proposed
Which one is that, man?
a podcast that could never be completed.
Do you? How about this? You should take out the recycling.
Essentially, he proposed.
Did you have to rewind your tape before you watched it?
Is it really about what I want?
It's kind of like how
wrong.
the Locks have their podcast with the is it two Jews, 2J, some shit, 2 Jews and 3 black dudes.
Need to be sitting around doing.
Where it's the Locks and then the 2 homies and all they do is talk about movies.
Why does it have to be about what I want?
But they don't even really be talking about the movie most of the time. It's like our show. We're talking about fucking Pokemon cards and books and shit before we get to any of the topics.
Yeah, we so free over here.
But I mean, I wouldn't. I'm sure there is space and room for movie review content.
And then I want you to do the dishes.
I know.
So
there
you
is.
did watch your VHS. You're saying?
Oh yeah, I keep mine like.
Did you have to? Did you have to rewind it first before you watched it, or do you rewind right after you done?
I don't remember.
Yeah, please be kind. Rewind.
This ain't no movie store.
So yeah, sometimes you got to be kind to yourself. You're like, oh shit, I forgot. I gotta rewind real quick.
Bro, the rewind ain't that long. It ain't like it takes an hour. You got to hand wind
Nah,
it.
you're right.
Like now, if you had to do that on the tape to watch it back, yeah.
Dude, I remember when that was a legit a Christmas present one year was a
The
VHS rewinder for Christmas. Yeah.
I remember my dad had one. It was a car.
People was hyped.
Yeah.
It was like it was like a Batmobile. But I don't think it was the Batmobile, but it was like either that or Kit from Knight Rider.
That's ill.
You pop the tape in, but it's like the VCR does have rewind on it. This separate tape rewinder, it's not that much faster. Like it just, it's just not.
But yeah, sometimes you'd have to be on the side rewinding all the joints that your family didn't rewind.
Yeah, you could rewind while you watch.
Because your family wasn't kind.
Did they charge you if you brought it back? Not
yeah,
rewound?
Yeah.
It's like $1.
Yeah,
At like a dollar or something. Yep.
it was something that you couldn't hide, so they could totally do that. They could do a little visual.
Yeah, they just open up, look at that tape,
Uh-huh.
give you that look. Oh, we didn't rewind. But ballers were like, yeah, whatever. I'm in a hurry. I'll pay it.
Yeah, I'm balling. I don't even need to roll on my shit. I'm balling.
Yeah, I'll pay you to rewind, sucker. I only real players move forward. I don't rewind.
That's real.
Perpetual motion. Sorry. I don't walk backwards.
I like that.
Well, I guess we can get to our actual hip hop topics for the day. Why don't you start us off, May, with what you want to talk about?
Oh, I wanted to bring up just because he's been gone for a minute, but I still love him to death. Chino XL, new project, M80. He's a manager. He facilitated that project. At first, I thought it was just a lot of old recycled stuff put over new beats, but no, it's new content. Project is called The Mantis.
Some of it is old though. I heard it. Or I recognize some of those.
Yeah, like I know with M80, he does that whole thing where you could purchase verses, like you could lease some and throw them on your beats, blah blah blah. But there was more new than old that I heard on this.
Yeah.
22 tracks, couple recycled joints from other albums I heard, of course, but there's a lot of stuff that I can just tell by the content and the delivery that this was made when he was going through his struggles in the hospital, getting stem cells and stuff like that and battling his condition that he had. But dude, if you're into the art form, you have to listen to this shit. It's top level masterclass. If you don't like words, you're gonna hate it. But if you love flipping English language, this is like one of the Bibles, man. Like any of Chino's stuff. He's one of those ones. Like he never turned it down for anything. He just went full max, like he went 10 every time. Out of 1 to 10, he did 10. Even if it was a girl track, you just try to find a way to make it like a lyrical 10 girl track. And I love that, just uncompromising in a way. And then the other one I want to bring up was Spiral Staircase with Larry June and Currency, produced by Alchemist. If you hear those names, you probably already heard that sound of what it sounds like in your head. It sounds exactly like what you think it was when you hear those names. That it's a really short project and it's meant to kind of just play and bleed into each other. But Currency was smacking folks around on there. Shouts to Currency. And Larry June is stepping up too. He's starting to harmonize and he's starting to get strong with his hooks. And then Alchemist is a freak of nature, of course. So you might throw your phone because you're mad at the beats. Those two are what kept me fed driving around town this weekend. Oh, and new Stove God produced by Swizz Beats. That one's like a week old, but
Oh, album?
it's a single. But I'm glad Stove is back. I know he was mad and he was hitting up Jay-Z like, I want out of this deal, blah blah blah. But new Stove God single produced by Swizz Beats through Baby Grand Records. And it's E-Tree loves this. It's drumless. New drumless single by Rock.
It's on Baby Grand?
Yup.
Cool.
It's like Swizz Beats was channeling the Rock Marciano. That initial Stove God album was produced by Rock Marcy, and it looks like they're going with that same texture for the beats. It's not crazy club Swizz. It's refined sample Swizz.
Interesting. I didn't even know he had that in his bag, really.
I was just about to say, he's straight, in my head, he's straight percussion.
Everybody's like, yo, this is reminding me of old Swizz. And I'm like, how? Like, he doesn't not use drums.
Huh.
Well, even on songs that, I don't know, I guess to me, he just has a percussive sound.
He did one like that for Lil Wayne on the Carter album, one of those Carters. And Lil Wayne was rapping like he's a doctor. He's like, I got my gloves on and my scrubs on. That one, Swizz Beats flipped a sample and he didn't add any added drums to that.
I remember that song now.
Yeah, so Swizz can do it, but we haven't had many examples. Like, that's the only example I have of that.
Yeah.
But shouts to Stove God, man. He's special. He's got potential, but I know he's in one of them deals that if you're not happy, you may not make the best art, you know? And he clearly has issues with his deal that he signed with his hand. I don't know if you're supposed to be mad at him or the people, but hey, man, you signed that.
Listen, I didn't hear that new single, but I'm definitely interested. But I did listen to a couple of the Larry June Currency joints. And neither one of those guys are, people that I have in my normal rotation. So it was a homework assignment for for this show.
It was exploratory for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to say, I only listened to like 2.5 songs, and I didn't listen to them more than once. So I just did a one through of just a couple songs, just to have an idea of what I was dealing with. I do have to say it does make me want to listen to them a little bit more, because it wasn't enough for me to figure out anything, I would say. and they weren't.
No,
It
there's
was, and they
something.
weren't whack. So if if it was whack, and I just like this is not worth it to listen to anymore.
Yeah.
So I have to give them positive feedback just in the fact that it wasn't whack. It did make me more interested because both of them guys have like cult fan bases. They have
Yeah.
they
Mhm.
have their own niche audiences, and
Yeah.
how those audiences overlap, and it'd be interested. It'd be interesting to see, uh, kind of if you had an avatar for your audience, what the Currency avatar and the Larry June avatar would look like, and how they would be interacting to that project. Because, like I said, I'm not like I mean, I probably heard two other Larry June songs before that. Currency, maybe 5 to 7. So not a real large sample size of either one of them, but I do know enough to know they both have real solid fan bases individually. So I'd just be in, and they're not. I mean, they do not rap the same. It's not like they're the same guy coming.
No, they have the same energy as far as being independent. So Alchemist, he's said on record, like somebody like Currency is a person that influenced him to do what he's doing now. Currency and Earl Sweatshirt help get Alchemist on this track that he's on now, where it's a lot of independent release, a lot of vinyl pressings, a lot of tape pressings, a lot of going to Bandcamp, getting your vinyl. Um, Alchemist gives his flowers to the people that figured it out early on. Like, this is how we do it now. And that's kind of what Larry is too. He's one of those independent kings where he's so grassroots that if you're a real one, you can't hate it because he's been grinding away. He's at his point, like they say, it'd be taking like 10 plus years to finally crack. He's he's well seasoned in that way. Like he's starting to burst as a new artist, but he's been grinding away and chipping away. And Alchemist is surrounded by people like that now. Even with like Mike over there in New York, Alchemist really resonates with those grassroots MCs that do it themselves and they just get out there. And it's so ironic because Alchemist is like supremely rich and famous and big, but he moves like he don't have anything.
Hmm.
Like I love his underground energy, man. Like he don't stop. And every day that I wake up, I'm like, yo, he might be the one. I can't I can't take away from Dylan Madlib. Like to me, they're the ones. But tell me why Alchemist is like right there. He's just
He's had more commercial success than them two at this point, I'd say.
hell yeah, he has. Like he done checked every box imaginable, man. And then the one that I thought he didn't check, he did check. Alchemist has a no sample instrumental album where he went and bought a bunch of old stuff from like a Value Village or like a thrift store, and he made original compositions and then made a VHS videotape to go with that. So shouts to Alchemist, man.
I think he's up for sure up there. Maybe surpassed him
Yeah,
at
I
this point.
it's kind of like with Kendrick for me, like at that point where I was like, yo, he might be passing Tupac now. And I had to just it felt weird to say it out loud, but I had to say it out loud to hear my ears. Like my ears had to say it or hear it. Some of these people that we're alive to watch, they are reaching that precipice where they're like, and it just happened by nature, right? They're just living longer. So
Right.
it ain't that Pac wasn't legit. It's just Kendrick's got way more years on him now. But he's embodying that same energy where it's like, dude, it's undisputed. Even if I don't like you, you literally made like a permanent scar in hip hop. Like it won't go away. Like everybody's gonna see it. It's like a good scar. It's like notable. I did this. Like it's a permanent tag on hip hop that I was here. Kendrick will never disappear, and he'll be big in his death as he is in his living days. Like Alchemist, we're watching some of these people turn into like damn deities, man. And Alchemist is definitely deity level.
Yeah.
All the people that he loves and respects, he's just as good at, and that's gotta feel great. Like Nas wanted to be as good as Slick Rick. Like Nas is now as good as Slick Rick. You can hear it. They've done songs. He's there with his teacher. We get to see that shit, man. And I know Nas is happy. When he hears it back, he's like, yo, I'm there. Like I'm hanging with this guy. I did not get washed.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a perfect time to go into our halftime bag of music. High Rise, you didn't get the memo, but we're gonna lead off our halftime music with the special requested from E-Tree, a joint that I know you haven't heard. I didn't. I never heard of it. Heard it. Maybe he's heard of it. So we got about 11 minutes. We're gonna start with that lead off joint, and I'm gonna go to the Grudge Yola mix. Rest in peace to my homie. His birthday is tomorrow. So that is our mix for today. We'll be back in 11 minutes. It's the Build and Destroy show. Hit that like button and the subscribe. Let me see if I got this properly fitted here. Make sure I share with sound. Well, that's not what I wanted. Here we go. First time world premiere. World premiere of a new joint.
Why bother me? Why bother me? Killing my position. I will kill in my position. I will kill in my position. I will kill in my position. Feel me? Experimental psychology. Leave me alone and let me body things. Experimental and physical methods that I am trusted with. Now let's check this shit. Corresponding, non-corresponding retinal points. Kinda feel it when I'm next to this joint. I'm sexing this joint, molesting it to the point that it wants to have kids and feel bad that it did. Distribution and work, this shit's tough. Damn, this nigga buff. Doing whatever he want to, he's in the stuff that these niggas ain't into, but what the fuck? The correlation between speed and reaction is making it on a mic and blast it. And the effectiveness of my stimulation leads to your ears and literal demonstration. Begin it hating, begin your loving, do everything that you're wanting. My perception of space isn't up to yours, yes, wait. Kill in my position, I will kill in my position. I will kill in my position. I will kill in my position. Leave me alone, I gotta be. Focus on my experimental psychology. The fate of the trace in time, does the trace merely deteriorate in time? Ah, fuck. Method of successive reproduction, now weeds is fucking. I know we on earth to have kids, but fuck that shit. And that's it. Listen to the conditioning of a nigga that's lyrically getting it fit again. Running on the treadmill. Black, clapping but no lead still. His head still going off in a tangent. Damn, where your mans went? I got a legitimate question to ask you. In an audition, the facts do. Kill in my position. Will kill in my position. I will kill in my position. I will kill in my position. It's not a rhyme book, different kind of book. Dark adaption, my heart contraption. keeps beating. Damn, that's the love and a passion. The dark adaption experiment, here it went. Increases sensitivity, the light is a result of time. And the dark is usually measured, but y'all ain't fine. Subject is taken into a dark room, first required to light adapt by looking, but it's cool. I'll stop right there, it's above y'all. Experimental psychology, I don't love y'all. Yo, technical foul. Technical foul.
My supply on the southwest, breaking bread by the local girls asking I've been to town. Yeah, my styles are normal. Triple thermal made from Mr. Mac for Stacey Adams, genuine leather made from Cadillac. High, my girl love angles, cut diamonds on the cute angles. Sweetest, cutest thing you ever seen, that's my little mom. Girl, stop, you been and started epidemic. Trend for sexy women like daddy, had no business. I'm on in, Yiki. I'm trying to get it like you bought her the midgets. Hitting pop bitches from the back and airbrush, sticky suit fitted. Figure of speech from them, shitting on the little guys. Stretchy swords from coke, I'm hopping on damn track, feeling fine. Got shot in my face, is going grace, I'm still alive. Humble, how you rapping more touch on my spiritual side. Girl, stop, I know you didn't hit it, coke. I love to mix something different, let me ride up in your entrance. Yeah, send me out a hole and they feeling no pain. You get your day home and more, your whole lit up in flames. Say man, niggas in the yak fast from the bullets cap landing. They shit burning out my people tap dance on your liver religion. We keep you cranking up like David Banner. Bitch, you be thanking us for the day buzz. Take a pipe in the styrofoam man. You keep your eyes peeled. And I still set it's critics for bitches on a mission to get my nine peeling. Beat you with snitches to form information. I guess you're feeling the loose to beat that whole purpose. But toward the birth, I went for shorty skirt. Worrying flows on dirt, smoking for half the time. I work my motor. I told him I got home, that's told you cool. Stack the car and listen back to the hood like motor pools. And this for the old dudes, got harder to show they cool. That it's all about paper, I would never try to get over on you. Full fight with two dice to go in half on the full price. So only it's nice when you find your homie by your side. Get strong every time, bust a rhyme and follow my grind. I find it intertwined with a sucker, but never finish with mine. Baby, trying to be like you will. Do what you like, cause the night's never that long. You find yourself in the morning, think how you did that wrong. Shooting off the other niggas on me bad for 'em. I'm in the crib getting too comatose. My Commodore from the back, another Commodore. The mama knows to keep you on the spoon. And go with grudge, keep it fucking cool. And I go with them to get you something wrong. Hold it up till your money's gone. And lose up to me, you niggas got nothing to hold. It's on my mom. You react if you're hard and I can offer like cheese in the night fall. Reenact me like Charlie. Out of pocket in front of your friend. For the big rapper niggas this small out of block. Play with and everything to be calm and sweet. To a nigga get off here and bomb and speak. And cause alarm and scene. Shit, it was born to me. I'm from the block, we're supposed to stand. So the corner stores get their horns for free. Get your money right, nigga. Get their horns for free. Yeah. Credit on like you know me. Man, treasure. Listen, bitch. I'm hungry and too fat, bitch. Stuck up on the elevator. I'm so high, my ears keep popping from change of elevation. I'm having dreams of mortuary division. Cut my chest open with a wide, put my organs in a black bag and sold them back in me. I can't win for losing. I sure have a hard time trying to get what I need. What the fuck ever happened to equal opportunity? I'm used to the department of corrections. I hold my rule to my chest like it's my baby. Cause my subtraction still mean fresh. Nevertheless, I shit on niggas like a bloop. I hit your girl from the back to my thumb inside a dude. Shoot, the groupie in a drink, slip cocaine off a pool shoe. I'm eating Chinese food with Ace, trying to get some moves. Wow. Spark a light bulb on top of the world, stone right before a black hole consumes the earth in the gold. Friends where we at, we hilltop trying to shoot. You pray, by the Lord where we at. It's exactly hilltop trying to shoot. You pray, by the Lord, baby. And we can get it where we at. You can find us where we at. Hilltop find and shoot. You pray, by the Lord. You can find us where we at. Hilltop find this, baby.
Bridge
gon' keep it going. Shafoli Wiki, you know, girls don't need no motive. Your head to heart review. Us post lights, a dose abduction is prohibited. Trying bad intuition with pity is for the weak. Say there's everything for who need it. It's original hilltop hop. Touche cha-cha. Kill the crap, the hardest thing. Y'all, your baby's lost cause. Your head becoming large and popping your soft spot. Speaking is cheap unless you money talks. Learn to crawl before you walk. Get off 9 times 2 for 30 all day. Consumer of narcotics, clientele, bill prepaid with a flex plane call me. Recessions are not a drug to an outdoor workaholic. Struggles all style projects, I think stimulus get back. Royalty for my flow in the streets of silver spoon, wet crack. Nothing less from connection, respect, and let you take your family credit. You can make a cripple in the back trunk, whooping like Amsterdam, cigarette smoking. I know it, stop crying. He's trying hard to even you, it's nothing. Hush up your mind, but you get tired of with a jump rope. Let's get the truthful facts. You ain't never drew straps. With me, I never crap out. I'm on a mission. Promise all mixed with brunette vodka. I'm on the white bitch, me and this brunette talking. They call me numb nose grudgy. From a coat with a snub nose to your muffler. Don't feel much. Done it all, but alcohol always want more. Fuck the raw, would have been killed. Resulted from the streets I come from. Cunt, me without a pooch. I can't call him most likely. I'm on at the corner store with a broad drinking bottles, counting the hundreds, 4 locals. I love your ring, post nasal drip. When drunk, I can drive a submarine. I want money pose, we're pulling on the mantle. Grade A, something from the Northwest Passage, too much to handle. On the porch, smoking wet sticks, popping blue and orange flannels. Getting falling on you punk niggas in jail cells. Next agenda, hit up, finish the sentence. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, greater than Lord. Hey, man, you know me. It's Chris, what you know about me? Cutting dubs, slow, listen to Roger Troutman. Side think about it, recollect the child's play. Who needs schools on the streets? I can pound friends, no bodyguard. It's my immune system, that's why I keep a zip inside of your home, girl, like it's the new tradition. When you sacrifice, you gain all possibilities, right? That's why every opportunity, all competition on the side. Laugh, that's funny, especially when I'm with your bitch, better in the bath of drug money. Out there kinda large, on 7-2. Maybe we need a better room for restitution. We need some revenue. I need leverage to rest about investing in the girls' resurrection. I need rap game and legislation. And y'all just presence on the mic for collateral. For rest when I be evil. You sound like you were at a roast approach. But I dress, I think girl is tight. You roll a minute for the whole 5 weeks. Going through midlife crisis. Highly sophisticated, real fast. Hold the battle pack. I give them more selling my lower price. Respect you more lifestyle. For true about close my don't fair. I spread my bird right now. Me and the story don't get along. Don't take no foreign answer. But I get all those slow, slow, like no slow cancer. You have concern. I can't live without words. I can live without yelling. I love way without soul. What up? You ain't heard of me for saying the truth. That's your opinion. If I knew girls, they'd probably hate me too. If you wanna kill me, take a number, stand in line. I'll still be on hilltop, it ain't hard to find. I'm right in the LCD, this place don't care. I'll still be on kitchen J like my mama's daycare. Right, y'all can have me, but I'm a 253rd resident. My rapper civil rights in the hood. I'm the 44th president. In the hood, I'm the 44th president. Yes, sir. Yeah, crush, motherfucker, G. Species over the round table, I kill people for a living. You replicate hay at the veil of 38 till your don't split. Happy boots, rock my home homeless. Don't let the game mislead you, we get them up real fast. Homeboy, not including my pistol. Beat your ass to a pulp, nigga, gristle. Trim the girl, I act the mom, homie, bitch, clutch with a A-ho. All on the boots, breaking bread on an A-ho. All the green colors, one plus on the table. Get the salt off before it comes today, oh. I'll kill you if I don't get exactly what I pay for, bitch.
King's Kingdom.
Crush, motherfucker, G. R-E. Ain't this wicked, I'ma take you left.
All right, motherfuckers, we back in this piece.
We back.
Halftime music is over. We had a successful break out of the black hole production with the world premiere of the May Dolly track.
Man, I remember that one exactly.
Well, the background on it is
that was Word Third Thursday back in the day at I forget that venue, it's by Tacoma Dome. They had the Word Third Thursdays.
New Frontier Lounge.
Frontier Lounge, thank you. I was able to do a set. E-Tree was being a really exceptional DJ that night. When I got off the stage, he was like, "Yo, those beats was cool. Who made those beats?" And I was like, "I made some of those beats." And he's like, "Oh, you make beats, blah blah blah." And he's like, "I'm gonna send you a pack." So there's like four of those, four or five of those, where he sent me instrumentals, and I had just bought a experimental psychology book, and I was reading that book and kind of freestyling about stuff that I was reading in that book at the time. So it's almost like a little EP beat pack that he sent me. He sent me a batch, and I was like, well, I'm already reading this book, so I'm gonna make a project and call it experimental psychology. And it's all freestyle and spur of the moment and just my favorite stuff. Like I was just trying to capture a time and space. So when I hear it back, I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly where I was. I know what I was drinking, what I was eating. Like it's a time capsule.
Well, yeah, he sent me those. He sent me three.
Cool. Yeah. No, that was great. That was one of the first times that I had my own instrumentals playing in a venue like that. And it's kind of distracting because you do got to perform your stuff, but you want to hear what you did in the room on the big speakers. So I'm trying to listen as a fan while I'm on the stage. So that was a fun show because it kind of split me in half. Where I was like, I was conscious of me being a performer and yet like, yo, I got to do my due. But my favorite place would have been, in the back of in the crowd, like probably mid or very back center by the door, by the exit, just taking that in. I wanted to hear myself and critique myself. But E-Tree was the one that ran up and he was like, hey man, that stuff sounded great. And it gave me confidence early on as a producer or beat maker. Because I
Well, yeah.
still consider myself like I'm writer first, but I love the ability to be able to make something that I can rap to. And then if other people can rap to it, then I get more excited. But my buddy from New York told me that a lot of people that rap usually end up making good beats. They understand what it takes for the rapper, to write with it. But shouts to E-Tree for that, man. He put a battery in my bag long before I had one for myself.
Yeah, well, I seen him, and yeah, he brought it up. He said, "Man, I've had something." He was going through his emails for something. He was like, "Yeah, I remember I had sent May these beats." I mean, it's essentially the story that you just told after your show, and
Yeah, I
he
was
sent
pumped.
he sent me the songs back, and I didn't know it. They just been sitting in my
Oh
email.
Yeah.
wow. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you send me beats and I sent him like an EP in like 2 days or something. I was just all about professionalism and trying to be prompt. And when we were doing those shows back then, I was just trying to network and keep good rapport with everybody. Like
So another whole album E-Tree's got in his emails
yeah,
that he's not sharing.
I don't know why. Like I don't judge people on the turnaround, but for me, I always put myself on the clock, and I want to have a quick turnaround for a feature. But I know over time, when it's too quick, it's like, oh, well, he didn't take his time, or this is like a throwaway. But no, I want to give quality in a quick, efficient pace too. So I try to keep the turnaround quick to keep the ball rolling. And back then it was a lot of that. It was a lot of highs and buys and hey, check me out. And when you call them out on that and you do it, then yeah, you can get a lot of feature placements that way. So I was good at trying to make a song with everybody that we were meeting back then. Just trying to keep up and see if I could keep up.
No, I feel you on the return time. You know, I consider myself to be slow compared to other people with writing in general. So that always is like I'm conscious of it. So if you know, in the room with people, I'm thinking about it. If we're doing it virtually and I just got to email you something, I'm conscious of it. So I'm trying to get this shit done. It might take me 3 days to finish it, but every night I am focused on getting this verse done. Yeah, because
Yeah, like basketball, right? Like I realize like I'm a good shooter. Like I make a lot of shots in a row, but I'm even better when there's a hand in my face. Like I'm almost worse when nobody's guarding me. And I think I'm that way as a writer too. Like I can write and I can script out shit, but put me on the clock like it's chess and I'm probably better because I like that being under the gun or under the pressure kind of thing. Like it kind of forces stuff out of me that just the casual pace doesn't.
I feel that. Well, our last topic on the agenda, the current events, pop culture.
Oh yeah.
T.I. versus 50 Cent.
Man, I saw a lot of people talking about this.
Yeah, it's a good one.
This was the main thing I saw people talking about this week.
It's a good one.
Yeah. I think this is a good one for a couple of reasons. One, I think 50 is known for his, you know, his slickness on these online battles. And so he's been on top for a while. So he's not the underdog. So there's going to be people kind of waiting, I think, for 50 to get taken down a notch or two. And then I think too, people, and I mean, and I kind of agree, is like T.I. and his family found like the weakness that 50 has, which is his family man status. It's not great. His fatherhood reputation is not strong. You know, he has beefs with one of his own sons. And so there's something that can be exploited, you know, that's something that can be talked about. And then you have the opposite. You have T.I., who's like is family and fatherhood. And then he's literally has all of his sons just coming to the fight. And it's something that 50 can't replicate.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows that T.I. has something 50 doesn't have.
Yeah, it's like the first family jumping in hip hop.
Yeah.
It's
so
two sons, right? It's two sons.
So I think there's people, you know, you got a lot of people that are finally happy to see 50 take a hit. And then I think you have people just happy to see like a family sticking together and sons sticking up for parents or fathers, or fatherhood being rewarded. And
yeah. I've seen it's even turn into like a protect Black women at all costs thing. Like it could turn into so many other things after that, but that's another hashtag, you know, like she ain't had to say shit. Like her sons and her man, they getting busy. She don't gotta do nothing.
Yeah. That's true.
But all I know is T.I. can still rap. Like for people that forgot, man, that dude, he cut his hair and now he's just good. And then King, he has like the crash out energy that's cool or necessary, but the other brother Damaris, he's the one that's got the he went at it with like a Kendrick kind of imagination where he's just talking to the mom. He's talking to 50's mom about this stuff. And yeah, I love what's happening with this stuff. I love good creative battles.
Yeah. It seems like 50 kind of knows he already
It's-
lost this one.
Yeah,
too.
like 50 don't have the creativity. He's just using generated memes and stuff. But these people that are actually using their brain cells and getting to it, I love that. Like I said, it's just the quick turnaround. I think T.I. has like 3 songs himself, and then his sons each have one.
Mhm.
So I love that. Just they're using that fire and they're transmuting it into something else. It's full fire horse energy. Like I mess with it all the way. It's on brand for Chinese New Year.
Mhm.
As far as I'm concerned, it's fire horse energy.
Yeah, and I don't think 50 would in his wildest dreams thought like he was really about to pick a fight with 4 people.
Yeah.
You know, he's just like, okay,
And T.I. has his
maybe
own
I can go tit
single.
for tat with Ti, and but it's like all of a sudden you're five songs under because
And that's what's funny. Like this is
there's 4 people. You know, it's like you're 6 songs under all of a sudden in a 2 days or whatever because each person dropped a song and Ti dropped a couple, and there's at some point he's probably like, I can't climb out of this hole.
and now you're becoming a rollout. Because T.I., aside from all this, he had a single that came out recent, produced by Pharrell. So T.I. has already had something in motion or something that was, planning to drop in the future. So any of this, people can argue whether it's a detriment or not, but this is almost like fertilizer for his rollout. Because he already has a single coming. And he shaved his head, so he's like he Caesar cut Ti, which is way more spooky than braids Ti. Like the Caesar Ti was the goat version of Ti. So
Yeah,
oh no, man, I
that's
feel like
tip. That's the tip version.
it reminds me
Yeah.
of Ray Vaughn, where Ray Vaughn was like, "Yo, I might turn you into a rollout." That's what this feels like, where Ti already had the steam engine going, but he's like, "I'll do this little side quest." Because it's just more it's more for me in the end. I'm already building and bubbling. And just knowing that somebody's not gonna rap, kind of like, I don't know, they're poking that button that they know. If you do it, like you're really gonna have to be offended because I know you don't turn this on for nobody. I know you don't rap no more like that. You did it for Nas. You did it for a Nas feature, but now everybody's gonna bring you into the vocal booth like that. So if I do it, then I still win because I got you to break out of your entrepreneurism and your journalism. Like I know he's trying to build his own little Hollywood. So to distract him in that way is almost like a law of power move. Like I got you out of your program for a minute to even fuck around in the booth.
You think that's realistic? Going to happen?
No, I think it's a good chess move by Ti. He's just like Rise said, like he's got family with him. You kind of can't beat that. That's kind of what we all want and what we strive for. And Ti's making posts of him, his mom, and his girl and his kids at the dinner table. Like it's the biggest flex in the world, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with the family flex. But
Yeah.
what I will say is I got my popcorn ready for more.
More memes.
Yes. Unfortunately, I enjoy that stuff.
Me too. But I gotta separate it. I know it don't hit like the punchline does in the booth, but it's still a hit. Like it's a creative hit having the meme.
And he's at this level. He's not even doing necessarily memes anymore. like, like, it's just a picture. I seen. They even brought Beyonce's mom involved because she's had some sort of comment. And, you know, you just post a picture of her, like. I know you're not talking.
You can't.
I enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, my son, he's arguing for 50. He's like, F that. Like, no, it's 50 all day. And I was like, yeah, I guess after you get shot in the face, like, can't nobody tell you how to feel. Like, we can't use our morality to gauge, his morality. Like, 50 is a cold person. He's been said it. So he is one of those guys you're just gonna go to hell if you go and battle him. But I like T.I. because he kind of went to hell with him, and his kids are, and they're just fighting fire with fire. Like you need that level of fire for 50. So they're using different weapons, but they're each applying damage.
And I got bags of Overredenbacher. I got
And they said
Top
50.
Secret.
That's the line, right? Like for me, the line that got him was the T.I. line about him having paperwork on setting the house on fire with the baby in there and stuff like that. And then for the son, Damaris, to use a burning house as the clip art or the thumbnail for the video, they're trying to put something on 50's jacket that really ain't been out there like that. So they're playing those games like the paperwork games. Like, hey, you got your name on some of the paperworks that say this and that. What's that about? So it'll be interesting, like you said about popcorn. Like, we got to see if 50 sidesteps that or addresses that, because it's a reoccurring theme in these disses.
I think there's a lot. I think we're gonna have how the Cat Williams effect. I think our culture in hip hop is just, it's like I said, I can admit I like the drama. It's entertaining. But I think we're spiraling to a point where we've lost control of the plot. And even these participators, they got money. Their whether 50 Cent has good relationships with his sons or not, they're not starving. They don't have to go to work.
Yeah.
Like they have, that's for T.I.'s sons. They're all their families. Like they are set from the actions of the progenitor. Now, caveat to that, at least T.I.'s wife, she's got, funds as well from her writing and being in Escape, because she was actually a writer on a lot of that shit. Yeah. So she got funds, but their family as a whole, they're all set. We're just regular folks. And I think at a certain point, we have to decide when this level of back and forth, when does it become no longer entertaining? And I'm saying that to myself, to ask myself that question. At what point is it no longer funny or entertaining? Does something have to happen? Or is there, not just for this beef between T.I. and 50 Cent, like on all levels of entertainment celebrities, whether it's the comedians, we see what Corey Holcomb's got going right now. I know, May, you know about that because you fuck with 5150.
Yeah,
so
man.
Like,
I saw that too floating around.
Probably about a month. It's probably about a month.
So yeah, I think things are going to pick up, and I think it's a decision from the public side. If we don't like turn it off, it's gonna get out of hand. I can't pinpoint that it specifically is between T.I. and 50 Cent or who's next. Like I mean, Puff Daddy is as bad as some of his storylines were. The fact is he is a public figure that people didn't expect to be in this position right now until all the house crumbled. And I think we're going to see a lot more house crumblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Firehorse for y'all's. That's Firehorse energy. You look at every year that there was a Firehorse year, and I guarantee you, the only thing that you're gonna find is the destroy part of our name. This is the destroy side of the game. It's not a build year, it's a destroy year. You can go and fight against that, you can swim against the current. It's not to say you can't achieve those goals. There's just more resistance with those goals with the current flow of energy right now. The flow of energy that's on your side is the energy that goes towards clipping shit, ending chapters, ending certain habits, ending things that are poisonous or toxic for you. It's more of that energy right now. So it's on brand to see a lot of things crumble this year. Because 60 years ago, it was the same thing happening. And 60 before that, it was the same. We just, as humans, we have to start noticing the patterns, that happen through our timeline. And we got to understand that we do repeat things in almost a mathematical, you can damn near predict it at this point. We've been here long enough, we can damn near predict it. We can predict in a vague way, like shit's gonna be crumbling, shit's gonna be burning down. There's gonna be a lot of endings this year. It's not a rebirth year. I look at it like a controlled burn. When those indigenous folks was doing controlled burns because they understood like, hey, something's gonna grow from this. We're gonna actually replenish the land by this burn. It feels like that. It doesn't feel like a chaotic burn. It feels like or orchestrated burn. I feel like the people that are having the worst year of their life, there's people that are having the best years of their life watching this shit burn. And I'm on that side. Like, I'm enjoying the burn. Popcorn. I like, let the shit burn. Like, I've been waiting for this shit a lot of my life. And I'm glad I'm here to see it. Even in incremental ways, like, shit is crumbling, homie. Like, our civilization only lasts so long before things start to show wear and tear. Like 150, 200 years, maybe, you might get out of a civilization. Those creaks are going to start showing, man. The flaws in our system are going to show. It wasn't built for longevity. It was made to do what it's doing right now.
Well, you're speaking on that empire kind of timeline.
Yeah, like, because we the modern Rome in this bitch. Like,
I listen to Ray Dalio, so he's got some in-depth cycle theory when it comes to this. But the humans don't disappear. It's just that particular reigning, supreme, dominant country or empire, they crumble, which in this case is us. So, but in the rubble of that, like you said, a controlled wildfire, but there has to be what's the plants that will be? Are you introducing new plants? Is it going to be the natural species that are already there? But I'm saying
natural joints.
But what are the natural joints if we're burning down our current system? Do we get?
Yeah, you never know what's a native plant until you let shit grow. Like a lot of people that have gardens and stuff like that. There was this big surge in people that were like, all right, I'm gonna let my yard go. I'm gonna not mow every week. Like I'm gonna kind of let it go wild for a month. And it created this ecosystem that sustained itself. Like the more you got out the way, the more stuff would just kind of happen. And I feel like it's like that with plants. Like you don't know what's wild or what's going to grow in your area until you just let stuff grow. Because you've been doing everything you can to stuff it out. Like you might have wild blackberries that grow in your yard, but you keep clipping it when you're mowing your grass. Like just let shit go for a little bit. Like actually practice release and just let nature do its thing, and then you can observe, and then you make your little notes and stuff. But we kind of don't know what grows anywhere because of how much energy we put towards killing everything off. Like the shit on the side of the highways, like, yo, a lot of shit grows there that the deers want to get to, but the deers are going to cross the highway to want to get to that. So you want to kill that shit off because the deers have an inclination to go get that because it's like a red currant berry or something. Like we see it out here, man. A lot of deer get hit. They just out there trying to go get their natural food. And then you see man's plan to try to intervene with that because their life is an inconvenience for us. We just can't be like Africa and just live amongst them. We got to try to get them out the way for us to do our thing. But I wouldn't mind, having cows walking down the street. I'd pause and I'd wait for them to walk around and then I'd keep going. But for some people, that's just too much inconvenience. So it's like we like to choose where we want stuff to grow and where we want stuff to live. And then we've got to choose like, oh, we don't want this to be here. But if we just let shit happen naturally, we're going to see the natural laws of where stuff's supposed to be. You're going to be like, oh shit, Cali should have some water. It shouldn't just be 80% concrete. Like we interfered with a lot of that.
Yeah.
With the TI 50 thing to go back a little bit. Before this were to start, if you were to ask me just who's gonna win in an online sort of hip hop rappy meme tit for tat battle, I probably would have said 50, just because he's usually prowess in that situation. But like people that follow fights and boxing, and they'll tell you anybody can win and anybody can lose on any given day. I know it's like that with other sports, but usually in sports, the best team wins. But fighting, you never know. Somebody can get caught, and the person that thinks is going to win loses. So it's a good lesson that you can't ever underestimate your foe. You don't really know how their families are going to react. I'm sure T.I. wasn't thinking, like I said, that he's going to be battling a family.
Mm-hmm.
He probably was just like, cool, that'll be cool. I'll get at T.I.'s little ass. And then I don't know, like the whole Corey thing. I just think like it is foul what he was saying. And they caught him saying stuff that he, on the rewind, that he had said. And there's people that grow up there, that shit's not funny to younger people. And it wasn't funny to a lot of people when it was said. It's just, it wasn't the climate to where people were being like, nah, you can't say that about kids. But like, what he said is fucked up. And that's the bet he made. And he didn't think probably that it would come back to get him, but like, it is wrong what he said. You know what I mean? And I don't have a problem with him losing for it. I don't think it's cool when I go back and listen to those clips. That shit is nasty,
Yeah. You're in the
Thousand,
clip
Bro, it's
game.
like
1,000%.
so if that's the people that are getting burned down, like I don't have no sympathy. I got good, it's good, you know? Like I don't care what you said when you said it. If you said something that's so disgusting that it shouldn't have been said and you got caught saying it 10 years later, it ain't no different than if you were to get caught saying it right then and there. Sorry, you know? You
Well,
go down
listen,
for what you said.
this is the climate we're in. The Epstein files. A lot of people are in there. Presidents, prime ministers. What you're saying applies to across the board. Whether you was black, white, if you are in this realm, then yes, the burn down should come for you. And I'll have my popcorn, watching it and enjoying it. But my thing is, like, the analogy I was wanting to take it to is the preparation for being a survivor in the rubble, and what as folks that have experience working in the community and being active, and just what are some of the steps or things that we can do from the artist side of things, whether that's just including and infusing more of this projection into our artwork, from the actual personal side of things individually. What can we individually do to just prepare, whether that's having the emergency kit in the crib. I was talking with Chandra about the whole mesh network, developing the computer connected network for our ability to talk with at least each other if certain systems go down. Gardening, the access to food sources outside of the current system. Do we know folks that have cows, an actual direct connect to the ranchers? To if there's no supermarket, if there's no food in Winco or Walmart or wherever you shop, Safeway, Albertsons, Fred Meyer, Marlene's. Now Marlene's will probably still have the links. All their food ain't going out because they have them direct to farm and connections, but their prices is going to go up 2 to 3 times. So that was more my thought. Is I think folks have predicted kind of big collapses. America's going down for a long time. I just think this is one of the years where we are seeing it in real time with all the technology that we have. Everyone's on video, on tape, talking every day. Who's ready for the aftermath of the burn downs?
The people that are ready are the ones that go to like farmer markets and local events in that way. Like out here we have South Sound Fresh of Olympia. So it's a collective of farmers. They've made a website. I can order vegetables, meat, dairy, all of that. And then I can find a spot to meet them at and get my produce. It's as simple as that. It's just networking and finding out who grows what do you like, or what do you use the most of. Get to know those farmers. And yeah, they're always gonna have stuff. We're not from we don't come from a culture of lack. It's an abundance mindset. There's more than enough. It's about finding how to get it to the people that need it. But don't ever think that it's that it's never enough, or there's not enough food, or not enough this, that. We have plenty food on this planet. We have plenty money. We have plenty everything. The problem is the allocation of it. And sometimes these things aren't gonna help you to get allocated. So you might have to do some footwork and allocate yourself. But for me, I would say go to the local food banks and the local markets, and you will get to learn about the people that actually grow food that's not far from you. Like you may be in a city, but there's somebody that has a property that they're growing like microgreens in their backyard or on their patio. You just got to get out there and still remember to be social. We're social creatures, and a lot of our talents and blessings come from when we're rubbing off on each other like that. Like we can't forget that just small talk at the market stuff. Like it's cool you want your product, you got the money, you want to get it and leave, but try to force yourself into like saying like, "Hey, where's your farm from? Well, what do you grow?" That I swear to God that opens so much doors. You're gonna learn like, "Oh, well, my area they actually grow a lot of greens and mushrooms out here." And then over there, these guys like citrus. And then this guy's friend is a baker and he makes bakery stuff. You just got to network and do your own due diligence because everybody is in this thing where I want it, so bring it to me. But you forget you got to go on side quests sometimes. You got to go and mine materials and shit. Like you got to mine information. So the people that are scared of that kind of thing, like they're gonna have a hard time. But the people that don't have a problem getting out there and talking to the people, like, yo, where are you from? Like you're here, but what are you doing here? What is your purpose? Those people are gonna do excellent. They're gonna know how to source.
I like that. The whole networking, treating it like
Like we do it at shows, so we just have a natural skill for it.
no,
Our shows is
but I
that.
like that as far as advice. If someone else doesn't like that, that's great advice. Is just ask a question, an extra question when you're at the farmers market, when you're buying the potatoes. Is this all you guys grow, or what
Uh,
else? What else do people grow in your area? Do you know these the booth next to you? No, I think that's just an implementing uh, easy to implement suggestion is hey ask one question when you're
yes.
buying food at the farmers market or anywhere that's a artisan vendor or anything like that. And if you don't do that on a regular basis, make that your first mission is buy stuff from people that grow it or make it themselves.
And get over that whole thing like, oh, it's $1.50 more. Like, oh,
Mhm.
you guys got to get used to donating for the cause. Like, if a farmer is giving you some eggs that they did, yo, like pay that extra dollar. Like, it's worth it. You probably done spent it on worse. Like, just chalk it up to the game and get the $6 eggs. Like, it's gonna be better. You're gonna like it.
Or figure out who got the chickens and get and produce too much eggs for their family to eat, so they always have extra eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're not even buying the eggs, or you're not buying
Yeah,
them six
that too.
dollars more. Like yo, and you don't have to get the whole carton. Now you only got to deal with 6 eggs instead of 12.
Yeah. And you think of like nutrient density, right? Like if my one egg is more nutrient dense than two of your eggs, then I only got to eat half the eggs to get what you're getting out of your supply. We can't forget like the nutrient density of foods. Yeah, this shit costs a little bit more at the market, but guess what? It's going to go further in the long run. Like that little celery that they grew, it's gonna go a lot farther in your body than the one that's just we gotta stop just looking for the deal just because it looks good or it's cheap. Like we gotta look for nutrient dense foods. You can
We gotta
still
have our
buy
own shit
nutrient
too.
dense foods that are cheap. They're not all expensive. You can buy cheap foods, but don't shy away just because shit's expensive and then you're buying the same for your beer. Like spend your beer money on some good shit every now and again. Cause I hate that. People be like, oh, this is $10. I ain't buying that. And then they'll go buy a beer at the bar. So
Or some whack ass fast food is $10 nowadays. It don't
yeah.
matter. You might as well spend the money on something good because the foul shit is still
That's 1000%.
Yeah. And I'm gonna getting proved wrong. Like you gotta prove it wrong. You gotta prove that yeah, this shit's cheap and it feels good, so I'm gonna eat it. Like prove it wrong. Buy the good shit that's more expensive and tell me that you don't feel better. Like people don't want to be in a position where they're proved wrong because they know that that good organic shit's gonna hit. They know it's gonna hit harder than that manufactured GMO stuff.
all right, y'all. I'm about to get my 7 o'clock on.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
perfect timing.
I'm still kind of working on that one sheet. I thought it would be a little bit easier than it was. I kind of dipped out of the whole writing thing before I had to make one sheets. I'm sort of just an article guy. So I was trying to find a website that you could just, pay a little fee to get a one sheet made, but I haven't quite nailed it down yet. So if you guys get a minute to look around in the next day or two, let me know if you got any ideas. I'm still plugging away at it, of course, but it is still something I'm trying to accomplish, FYI. I mean, I can obviously do the writing in it, but it's just like finding a website that I can do it well on with my iPad. I just haven't quite lined everything up yet. Just so if you get a minute or whatever and it just clicks for you, send me a link. Let me know. Say, hey, this looks like it might work or whatever.
For sure. I'm going to keep that in mind.
And all it really needs is a picture, a blurb about us, and then live links. The live links to the music, to the sites. So our website, our Bandcamp, the Spotify, the YouTube Music, the Apple Music links. That's it. It's still standard. It's exactly what you think it would be.
So you're just having trouble with the blurb.
I mean, I know I can write the blurb. I'm having trouble finding a website that has like a template that I can just upload the live links, write the blurb on, and upload the picture on, and it's just done.
And it's like, one single link that you can send out, and it's all in the package.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Because True Justice needs to fire that off to venues.
Okay.
Okay, hell yeah. And there's like onesheet.com. I mean, they're out there. You'll see. I was trying to I think Boozdoggle. There's a few out there, but whatever, dude. It's just I'm not the techiest guy, so
I'll look into it.
all right, hell yeah.
I'm also going to be applying it, catching up to get the real ID and the passport handy and ready to rock.
Good, for sure. It's good to have on deck no matter what. All right, y'all. Much love.
Peace.
Right.
Hey, the Build and Destroy show. We're going to end it here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. We be in this mix on the live function on the YouTube every Sunday around 5 p.m. Pacific time. We got some guests lined up coming here in the near future that you will enjoy and appreciate. as well as past guests. So please hit the back catalog and check out folks that we've had on. And we'll be hopefully doing some live outing recordings out in the wild here as the weather warms up here in the Pacific Northwest. So we'll be back next week. Make sure you hit that like button, share it with your homies so we can chat with you